I'm in Switzerland, in Davos for the World Economic Forum week, and I'm so excited to be here. First of all, it's like 5 degrees Fahrenheit, but the sun is so strong, I feel warm right now. Wait, let me show you my view. Look at this. Wow. I'm here with TikTok. They brought me and 3 other TikTok creators out just to represent creators and talk a little bit about how we use the app. I'm definitely going to be talking about how I use it for my small business. Today we have a pretty light day. We have like a welcome dinner later today, but I just want to settle in, find some coffee, go on a walk, maybe try to take the gondola up, which like goes up that mountain. You see that like white traverse? The gondola goes up right there. So I'm gonna try to do those things today because I feel like the next 5 days are gonna be really packed. But we have 1 week in Switzerland before we head to Thailand. So I'm gonna soak in all the beautiful, beautiful nature, and yeah, I have no idea what to expect, but I'm really excited. Wait, let me give you a room tour. So here's my room. We're staying in Hotel Europe. The room is quaint, it's cute. I just did like a big unboxing of all these TikTok branded goodies, and I'm gonna have some mixed nuts. Cute little light bulb switch, my little camera setup, and you can barely turn around for the little toilet. I brought several copies of my book to give out, like instead of business cards essentially. We're here at the first event, a bunch of pop-ups on one big street. The first one is Axio's house.
Yeah,
it looks so yummy.
I used to be in London.
Night 1 in Davos, and we are going night sledding. I've never been night sledding before. I don't think I've been sledding in years, and I'm so excited. I'm wearing my little new TikTok jacket, which was part of my goodie bag. I have to bend down. This is my little fit. I'm wearing my fleece lined leggings and my little knee-high boots, August sweater, TikTok jacket, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to show you. Hello!
It's an Olympic sport.
Curve forward or curve backwards?
We're going night sledding. Is this your first time sledding?
This is my first time sledding, and hopefully I won't die.
No, it's my first time. What? This is our tropical girl of the group.
Never. In my experience of lifetime, never ever.
Guns?
I met you at the Google party. Yes.
There's a lot of networking.
Good to see you, James.
I have no idea how long we're actually. Do you know how long it takes to get from sledding down top to bottom?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
To get down.
20 minutes? 20 minutes of full speed. Oh, we must be going up high.
No, it's not. I think if you go like 20 minutes without stopping, maybe 10 minutes.
Good morning. I started my period this morning, so that's fun. Oh, my lips are dry. I knew my period's been coming on though. Every symptom in the book, this boob is going strong. Today is my first full day at Davos. I'm really excited because I am interviewing the executive director of the UNFPA, which is the Population Fund, and it's the organization within the UN that focuses on like reproductive rights and sexual health. And I'm interviewing her actually just for like TikTok and like making content, which will be super fun. I drafted some questions. I'm gonna ask her about her period. She used to be the country representative from Tanzania, which actually has been very much ahead of the game around some of this period poverty work. So I think it will be great to chat with her about all of that. It's really cold here, and when I got here during the day, I did not feel like the cold. It was not really extreme or anything. And then last night, I think the sun is so powerful, but last night when I was going to sleep, I was so cold. They have 2 comforters in the room, maybe for this reason, but I literally layered the 2 comforters on top of each other and slept in a little cocoon. And I usually sleep in the nude, which means that I was really relying on those comforters. I'm also gonna try to go to Gold's house today, which is, I think, like the gathering of where they're focusing a lot of the events on the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which will be really fun. I miss my dog a lot. Henry's being a single dad right now, and some of his childhood friends are visiting, and I'm just pestering him for updates. I want like minute by minute photos of my daughter, you know what I mean? Like honestly, if his friends weren't there, I probably would turn on all the puppy cams. But no, we'll give them their privacy. I don't know if I'm supposed to put like this bronzer on my nose, but I saw someone do it on TikTok. My manager Kelsey did my makeup the other day and she put blush on my chin. and it actually looked so good on screen. So now I'm gonna do that. I didn't even know that's where you put blush, but we do now. A little bit of shadow because your girl has no eyelid crease. So this creates like the fake eyelid crease. This makes my eyes look slightly bigger. Get a little bit of shimmer. It's around 8 a.m. and I'm gonna go down and meet Dr. Karan for breakfast. In addition to some of the other creators, I think we're all just gonna go bond and eat breakfast. I'm a big breakfast and coffee girly, so I'm excited. This is the eyelash curler I use. You know, Asian faces have flatter faces, so we gotta use this. It also takes up way less space when I'm traveling. And since I'm not so blessed in the eyelash department, I've been using this. It's Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extension Mascara. No idea how it works. All I know is that it kind of layers on all this goop and it immediately makes my eyelashes look fucking long and luxurious. Oh wow, that's way too much. I'm literally so bad at this. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Fuck me. I think I'm out of practice. Let me do the other hand. Okay, but do you see what I mean? Like, it does work. Go in again. And we're ready to go. That's me.
It's you.
Ignore me, sorry. Hey guys, we're at the TikTok lounge. Say hello to our friends. Hello. It's for the vlog. A window to the world of discovery. Then when you go in here, there's us talking about pads and the August products. This is the comparison video we love. Oh my god, it's so crazy to see on the big screen. TikTok plant. You walk in here, book talk, and every day they have breakfast over here. A little bar. Hi, Rainier. There's my fucking face. TikTok. And when you go up here, faces. Sorry. And then there are conference rooms back here. It starts on TikTok. These are just like cute little meeting rooms for the TikTok execs to do their meetings. They really went all out. Like, they painted it. It's all like TikTok branded. It looks so cute. Book talk. Here are the creators. The beat, that's Erica. Me and August. I'll just pause it on that. Pause it on the August. There's me on the pad. Learn on TikTok. Look how soundproof these doors are. Crazy. Anyways. TikTok lounge. We're doing a little creator briefing. Me and Vina. Hi. We just finished our morning briefing, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, we headed our first panel. Yeah,
11. We're very excited at Goal's house. We're getting our little car. This is the man who planned it all. Alexander planned it all. Hi.
It's over there, yeah. So Axel's house from here. Sign over there. Then a small one. Then yeah, lots of pavilions and things. In normal time, it's like a little Swiss town. Yeah, people come here. What you see now is very, very different to how it normally looks during the rest of the year.
So this is fake Davos.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like Michelle put it yesterday, so Potemkin village, like from this Russian expression where they build like villages for the empress to go through and see a lot of, you know, wealth and happiness, but in fact it was just a bit of a here he is.
London, Hotel Europe. This is so beautiful. Wow. I think the license plates are so cute. Came at the wrong time, so we're just gonna go make content in front of the snow, but it's so beautiful. I've been refusing to tell Henry that I'm gonna move to Switzerland, but this is very tempting because this in your backyard, like, no wonder he's so sad and trapped in New York City with me. I'm sorry. Look how gorgeous. Wow. There's skiers. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I have about an hour break in my room, and honestly, Davos, I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think I was expecting this. In my mind, there are a lot of like policy related forums and things like that, but what I'm realizing is it's basically like a lot of networking, and there are meetings, but primarily I think people are coming here to just like meet people and network like crazy. So in Davos, there's this like one little loop called the Promenade, and in usual times, like this area of Davos is like a beautiful little ski town, but for this 1 week a year, it becomes this global conference of like different leaders and people who come by and business people and like just notable people who are here to kind of talk about global politics and like the state of the world. And on this promenade, there are different companies or countries that have completely rented out like restaurants. So like taking restaurants or storefronts and then moving everything from that place and building it out. So it's basically like a 1 week pop-up for that country or anything. And so today, when we had a little bit of a break, me and a couple of the other creators here, we did a whole walk around of the promenade, which is only like maybe 20 minutes of a walk back and forth. And we stopped by and got some goodies. Saudi Arabia has a lot of representation of like different tourism boards or just like different initiatives from the government. This is from the Kurdish house where they lure you in with Kurdish tea. But then in the little gift box, they have like this little bracelet that they have that's like made by a local artisan. They have this. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's for like little candles. They have this little like beautiful game. This beautiful game. They have this like little wooden mug. I don't know how I'm gonna bring all of the goodies to Thailand. A daffodil scented candle. Colombia also had a house and they gave us these like little pins. This is from Alula, which is in Saudi Arabia and I believe is like a historic heritage site, and they gave us this. I think it's tea, but we should see. Inspired by Alula in this little like cloth basket. And on the inside, it's like a mix of, it looks like this is, oh wow, Southern Arabian beans with cardamom. Oh, this is the Saudi coffee. This is, I'm not sure what this is, but it's something food related because it says preferably kept well refrigerated. Oh, you know what I would guess this is? I would guess this would be dates. Selection of chocolates, and then they have this little moringa peregrina. So a lot of like food, cultural things. Anyways, I have a break for like an hour. I think I'm gonna like catch up on some work and editing. I'm grateful that it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so it also is like a day off at August, so it means that I'm not like trying to balance working Eastern time zone and doing the conference. So I have a little bit of a rest today, but it will start back up tomorrow and I gotta be ready for that. So I have a bunch of work that I need to like catch up on. But this is cute. I feel like this will be a cute little like travel tote when I'm in Thailand. So I'll definitely use this. I need to see if these are dates. I assume they're dates. Let's open it. Oh yeah, some beautiful little dates. Maybe these will help me poo. It's really hard to find food around here. You would expect that because there's so many people, there'd be like different restaurants open, but again, because these restaurants have been literally rented out to create these pop-up experiences, there's like not a lot of food. And from meeting people who have been here a bunch of times, like they'll literally tell you the hardest thing is figuring out where you're gonna eat, and there's no food after 7 p.m. So TikTok has a little lounge for us where there's like breakfast and lunch, but other than that, it's like kind of little snacks, and we're on our own for figuring out food. So like that's definitely a challenge part of this whole situation. But I'm gonna have one of these.
It's the brand of August. It's a tampon.
Okay, you ready?
Thank you.
Yay!
I tried to
So
tone
excited.
down the shine a little bit because I'm always running from one to the other.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Fangirling a bit, but I'm here with my new friend. What's your name?
Natalia Kanem.
Nice to meet you. And where are you visiting Davos from?
I came immediately from Senegal, but I live
Okay.
in New York and I'm from Panama.
Okay, amazing. And I heard that you're the executive director of the UNFPA, and I feel like most of my following on TikTok might not have any idea what that is. So can you tell our friends, what does UNFPA stand for and what does it do?
UNFPA is part of the United Nations. We're the Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency.
Mm-hmm.
Our basis is population and data, but what we really work on are three things. Contraception for all who want.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a big commitment to stop women dying during childbirth. Bearing in mind that often the woman that I'm envisioning is a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old adolescent. And then like everyone else, we orange the world against gender-based violence.
Amazing. And what is the significance of the color orange?
Orange is vibrant, and I think when we chose to use that theme, Orange the World, the idea was, let's speak up. A lot of what you're doing in your work is to open the curtain, let's have some sunlight. So that's what orange represents, that every woman, every girl, every person really deserves their dignity to be respected, and that's why we fight against gender-based violence.
I love that you're living all the orange in your hair, what you're wearing, your luggage tag, everything. You're living the mission.
I'm living the mission, it's true.
I feel that too. I just started my period today and I was like, wow, this is very on brand. You know, it's all synced up perfectly. So, well, obviously I feel very strongly that periods are so intertwined with gender equality and the work around it. But I'm so curious to hear from you both in the work you do now with the UNFPA, but also in your past work. I know you're a country representative for Tanzania, and Tanzania has really led the way in a lot of ways in the menstrual movement. And so I'm just curious if you could talk a little bit about how periods have showed up in the work that you do.
Periods, normal and natural. But as you know so well, the idea of taboo, of shame, of doing the very opposite of what you should do for a normal biology process causes a lot of pain, and that also leads to some practical consequences, like girls missing school. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really important to, first of all, allow women, men, girls, boys, everyone, to have a voice vis-a-vis that this issue exists, and that it's linked to not just poor people, which it is because poverty is one of the correlates, but it's linked to this idea of being unclean. Mm-hmm. And as a doctor myself, I think it's really important to stress that when a girl begins to menstruate, this is a time for celebration. This is a time for positive affirmation, and also reminding her about her body right. Mm-hmm. So for all these reasons, I'm very, very thrilled that it's young women who've taken the battle to the newer heights. It's African women, Asian women, Latin American women, young women who really want to change that paradigm and make it clear that there is no bodily shame. What there is bodily autonomy.
And in your work, what have you seen to be the most effective in some of the work to destigmatize periods and the issue of reproductive health?
Well, for UNFPA, I mean, we work in 120 plus countries, and I have a story in every single country. Like you mentioned Tanzania, that's been fantastic. Kenya, up the road next door. You know that when the senator arrived in Parliament with stained pants, hello, that started a whole new discussion. Similarly, a lot of what we do is empowerment. Mm-hmm. Development really means fulfilling the potential of every young person. For this, you've got to feel that type of energy that I can do it. So we've done a lot of contests and competitions and small funding projects for young women entrepreneurs to choose whatever they want. Sometimes the guys, too, actually choose menstruation as a topic. Yeah. So that tells you that people really want to see some change in how we approach it.
And what is the UNFPA's role in a lot of these works on the ground? It sounds like it's a bit of like micro grants or financing the work from a grassroots level, advocacy, but I'm trying to understand and share with our friends on TikTok also like the direct work that's being done on the ground and in the ethos of UNFPA.
A lot of what UNFPA does as part of the United Nations is to advise governments. Mm-hmm. But we've learned that that's not enough. You can write a policy, it can be perfect, but what if you get kicked out of school when you're pregnant? What if you actually have to walk 6 miles with no food, et cetera, et cetera? This is a type of problem that human beings can solve if we just say we want to see change. So my representatives all around the world work with governments, but they also work very closely with people like midwives who can, from early childhood, because they're working with pregnant women, they're working with mothers, they're working with communities, destigmatize issues of health in the body. We also do a lot of training for nurses, for doctors, but also for community health workers. You know, people are really smart, and if a girl knows what's going on, she can adapt, she can prepare herself. So a lot of what we try to do is to make sure that information, quality information, is available one-on-one, is available on the web. We have huge resources, for example, on what do you do if, which you can just pull up on unfpa.org websites. But I think one of the most important things that we do is we model the idea that you can trust young people to solve their own problems. So we do a lot of convenings, we have a lot of mini meetings, a lot of giant meetings. This year is the 30th anniversary of the United Nations saying, put women and girls at the center. UNFPA was there for that. And as we celebrate that, what we're saying is put young women and girls at the center and let them figure out what to do, and we'll follow their lead.
The importance of information that you touched on is actually something I really wanted to talk to you about, because in the US, it's a big issue. Do you know about House Bill 1061? Maybe.
As you know, the United Nations doesn't really work within developed countries, and we actually don't influence that policy.
Yeah.
But tell me more.
So House Bill 1061 was a piece of legislation that went into effect in July. So as of July 1st of last year, the topic of periods and sex ed is banned from Florida public schools before grade 9. And one of the things that we've been talking a lot about is that it's kind of ridiculous because grade 9 is well after the average age to start your period. And so I'm curious to know from you, like, where are you finding like examples of inspiration for like comprehensive sex ed and a lot of this information out there?
Well, you know, one of the things that the Declaration of Human Rights does is that it sets forward the idea of human dignity, but also the process and the procedures. Mm-hmm. From our perspective, when we say comprehensive sexuality education, it's the mechanics of the human body, menstruation, etc., but it's also the empowerment side. Mm-hmm. If you know your own body, your own systems, that also is part of your defense mechanism. For example, against violence, for example, against harassment, etc., etc. So we actually contribute, along with UNESCO and UNICEF, to the development of what are the ingredients in that comprehensive education that a girl needs, so that she's not pregnant too soon, so that she finishes her secondary education that's so protective for her health. It means greater wealth for her family and the next generation. So for all these reasons, I think telling young people the truth is one of the huge success stories that we have had. And you need to translate that sensitively through culture, but the point of departure has to be that we tell the truth about what's happening. We also make sure that young people understand rights and choices. Like I said earlier, I think young women are really smart. They'll make the right choice for them. But you can't do that if you don't have the correct information, or if someone is actively disinforming you.
Yeah.
So the work to make sure that comprehensive sexuality education is universal is a big part of our preoccupation too.
Can I ask you some questions about your personal experience with menstruation?
Sure, why not?
When did you get your first period?
I was 11 years old.
And do you remember like the moment?
I do, and everyone has a story. For me, I remember feeling scared, like, what is this? And talking to my sister, who kind of calmed me down, but she never said that it was going to recur. So I think the second time was even more terrifying. And, I think about that a lot now in the context of, for example, in October, I was with the Apache Nation, where upon menstruation, fathers celebrate their daughters.
Wow.
That was kind of the opposite of what I had.
You didn't talk to your dad and say like, hey dad, I got my period.
No, I think I was even reluctant to tell my mother. But I think, that's one time when having a big sister really helps to translate what's going on. And some people have no one, so I really counted myself as lucky.
Did you know what a period was when you got your period?
I had like the type of sex ed where they show you the fallopian tubes and the uterus and whatever, but no one ever said that your panties will be stained and you will be like horrified or anything like that. No. So I did not feel prepared at all.
Wow. Did you grow up using tampons or pads?
pads.
Okay, pad girly. Do you still get a period?
No, I am now postmenopausal.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's also a whole area where there's been still a lot of need for education. And what was your experience going through menopause?
Well, again, it's you live longer, but let's hope that you learn. It never really struck me. My periods became much, much heavier and, almost hemorrhaging, if you will.
Yeah.
And I was very busy at work, so it was inconvenient. And that was what brought me to the gynecologist to have the discussion that, okay, you're in your 50s, all right,
Yeah.
So I think conversations like you have with the opportunity to sort of hear other people's stories, it makes it a little more real when it happens to you.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, I'm glad to hear. I mean, now you're a big sister to little girls all over the world, and I so appreciate you taking time to make a TikTok with me.
Well, thank you too.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I bring you there and then I go back.
Yes. Yeah, you don't need to wait. Okay, I'm in the car. We're going to Goal's house again. They have these little shuttles that are taking us all around, but it's really hard to get around because most of the streets here are one-ways, and so there's just like this big loop of one-ways, and it's icy. And the car we were in yesterday, they told us that it wasn't four-wheel drive, so every time we made a turn, it'd be like, whoa, slip. And so I think, we're also just figuring out all of how to get around. That's been one of the trickier parts. The day's been amazing. We actually met with the COO of TikTok this morning to talk about our dinner because he's actually the one interviewing and moderating the panel tomorrow, which was super cool, and got to talk to him and give feedback on the app, and of course I have lots of thoughts on the app. And then now I'm heading to Goal's house. I'm kind of trying to figure out, today is the first day where I'm trying to balance like Davos and also working EST hours, and so I have like a few calls, but the good thing about EST hours is that all my calls are at like 9 p.m. so it's not that I'm missing like too much, and I'll still be able to like go to the evening receptions and a lot of the networking, which I think will be good. It is very cold. Today is definitely, I think, like the coldest one so far, but this is what it looks like outside. Very icy. There's also no salt on the roads. This is like purely just like driven over and over again. Beautiful. Swiss fondue.
Observing is that you guys create content really fast, like cut. Like I'm like, wow. If I have to put one post on Instagram, it takes me 5 days.
This?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Bread in the cheese and just pick it up.
And I'll scoop it out and it'll be another great day of saving the cheese.
Did you know that this has the same chemical as human feet and vomit, butyric acid?
And with that, he eats it. Grant and I just got some momos.
The best momos in Davos. The only
momos in Davos.
But also the best.
The best food in Davos.
They are pretty baggy. Like,
that's the momos. Tens Tibetan momos. We've been sitting here. I made a sign. Does anybody need a tampon? And I've been holding it on the street. I'm very hungover today. But we're making it. Judith! We're making content. This is my bestie Judith. Look, I was holding this sign.
I saw it.
hey man, where are you?
That's right. You have to do me a favor too.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Just a small favor.
Yes.
Can we make together just a photo?
Yes.
Because my husband is not believing.
This is the most magical view I've ever experienced. Oh, my stupid ass stopped right in front of the chairlift. We're here going to that restaurant. I thought we were all going on a fun group hot tub trip. Apparently I'm the only one who brought one though. And the doctor of us thinks that it's disgusting to go in hot tubs and we'll never go in them, and says that
beautiful views
you can get
you have an influencer ruining everything by
athlete's foot
all the time. BTS influencing session.
Wow.
This is like another world.
Another world. We're saying goodbyes to everybody and it's really sad. Oh, happy birthday! Look at your shirt. Oh, I have to show. This is how we found out it's Vina's birthday. Oh, so cute.
Anyone, you just like a zip?
No,
you gotta
no, you should be proud.
I love
nothing less than this now for me.
I agree. I wish we were like going through an airport or something.
This is the standard.
This is the new standard of boyfriends.
Standard.
And with that, Davos #1 is coming to an end. I've been packing like a fiend, so I somehow got everything back in my suitcase. I got all these goodie things like from the snacks, and I only have 8 these, but I don't want to throw them away, so I'm just gonna leave them. But I have this whole thing of all those goodies, and I've decided that if they come with me, they're just gonna be in a suitcase and taking up space, but also like some of this stuff is really nice, and I'm not gonna be able to enjoy it until I get back to the city, which is in like 10 days. So I'm just gonna leave it here for the housekeepers. And yeah, I somehow got everything into my suitcase, and I have some room since I gave away like all the extra pads and tampons I brought and period power books. Just doing a final check. The car is about to pick me up, and I'm really gonna miss this view. It's so magical, so beautiful, so gorgeous. Wow. I'm really gonna miss this, and it's so bright. Next stop, Thailand. I'm gonna go see my mama like tomorrow. I'm so excited, and we have a 10-hour flight ahead of us.